Okay.
Green. It was green. It was a green light. It was a green light. I saw a green light. It was green.
Okay, so you're heading up. You're still gaining altitude. Time passes. What are you doing? How are you coping with this? You can decide if you want. You're not crazy. You just had a very traumatic shock to your mind. You've seen things
How
that
much
no
time
one
is left?
2 minutes.
10 minutes, 2 minutes, half an hour.
About a half an hour.
I think I'm just gonna be like, am I sitting? Or I'm not.
Right now you're laying on the deck.
Am I
You're
laying?
just laying on the deck. You can feel the vibration of the plane underneath you. You're on your back.
Okay, I'm laying down.
You're laying down. You're laying out all
Just
the way.
kind of like.
Burgess, I'm assuming that every once in a while, I mean, you're at your position, but you're kind of keeping an eye on Lank.
I'm just looking straight up, and in my mind, I just can still keep seeing this poof,
Okay.
this poof, like it
So
just
you-
keeps going like this in
Yeah.
my mind.
And it's awful.
And it's awful, yeah.
thing I've
So
ever
I'm
seen
just,
in my life.
I'm just laying there. I'm not really saying much of anything.
Let's
Maybe
think
not
what would
making
happen if you failed your check.
Spot
I'm
hidden.
screaming around.
I gotta make a spot in for the tail.
Spot hidden. I'm
Yes.
rolling a
Did you hit?
percentile.
Did you hit the button when I turned it
I
on?
hit.
Thank you. Okay. Yes. Spot hidden, please.
You forget I met
I mean,
Matt working at a television station. I know what I'm doing.
And he yells at you.
I made it. I
So did
rolled
the
a
tail.
38.
Would I
Okay.
take one since I'm up with my little ball turret spinning around? Or
I do have a good one on here though when you're pointing at me.
Yeah, I'll give you one. But there's minus. So tell me what you make it by. Is it?
No, I missed it.
Okay. You see what appears to be a red ball of light somewhere behind the aircraft. It's going to be on the side since you were able to spot it.
Okay.
It's a red ball of light. That's not normal, but it's way back here, probably several hundred yards away.
Like in the same distance as where we dropped the bombs? Or
No. That was
We're
30
too
minutes
far.
ago. So that's
Oh.
Gone away.
Okay.
yeah, that's probably 60 miles back. You can't even see Munich anymore. You
No,
can't
we're
see
probably
fires.
like over France somewhere.
No,
What was the flight?
you're probably still over Germany.
Okay.
But it won't be long before you cross over back to France.
Okay.
At this rate, because and you're still gaining altitude, but you're almost to 3,500 feet, or 35,000 feet.
Hey, camera.
What? Yeah, it's on. I got everything on turned
Just
on.
checking.
You can turn it off. You can make a luck check, and you hear the tail gunner comes up over the intercom and says, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, no, 7, 5 o'clock. Would you turn that off? That's plenty of footage. Give me that.
It's off. I had it off for a really long time.
Give it that. 7
I made my
o'clock.
luck roll,
We
by
got
the way.
something at 5 o'clock. We got something at 5 o'clock.
I'm just like, I'm up just scanning.
Okay, did you make your luck check?
I did.
You're kind of just watching. You're kind of looking. You're having to lean pretty far. You're keeping an eye out, but you're also looking back. And you've heard of these things that have been like harassing aircraft. They call them Foo Fighters. They are.
I got a
These-
couple songs running through my head right now, so you know.
These were before
Player.
those songs. So they were. You remember hearing something about the 415th Night Fighter Squadron, which was based in Dijon, France, back in 1944. Started making reports of these red balls of light that would follow their aircraft.
Just
Does
real
it look
thing.
like it's
Yes,
following me?
that really happened. It
Or did it
appears
just
to
look like an
be.
explosion?
No. It
No,
is
it
a
looks
red.
like a
It looks like a
light
red ball of light
Alright.
that is apparently. It's so hard to. There's nothing to determine its size with.
Okay.
All you know is it's back this way, and
So I
you
can't-
can
since I can't
spot
tell
it now
how-
when you're given the indication of where to look.
So I can't tell how big it is. I can't tell how far away it is
No.
either. I can just tell.
Your guess is
We
it
have
could
a
be
red
5
light.
or 6, between 500 and 1,000 yards, depending on its size.
Okay.
It's very bright, though. You know, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like you know there's something there. Almost like it's almost like a flare that isn't burning. It's just glowing and it's just moving with you.
We got a bright red light at that 5 o'clock.
Flynn, what do you see?
And you can make a luck check too to see if you've heard of Foo Fighters. It's just
Luck check.
scuttlebutt that's going around.
Oh, crap, I lost my shit. Ooh, yes. I rolled a perfect 0.
Never
Zero.
heard of those
No,
things.
no. What's that? Is that a
0,
0?
0.
Is that a 0? And that's a 0. So I rolled a 0.
Perfect
Take a
100.
picture of it.
It's 100. It's a fail.
So yeah, I'm like, Actually, fell
You've
out of
never,
it.
no, you've never heard of Foo Fighters. You never heard that. You're the only one because when you say, you didn't say the words yet, have you?
No, I
Okay,
just said
good.
we have a bright red light at the 5 o'clock.
Yeah, Roger, that's your tail gunner again. God, what's his name?
Flynn, what do you got?
Some kind of red. It's not an aircraft. It looks just like some kind of red light following us.
Oh, can you get a beat on it? Can you swing your gun?
No, it's too far away. Maybe. I don't know. What the hell is
It's
this?
hard to tell how far away it is, sir.
You guys can all. I'm gonna allow you, and I'm gonna. You can't hear this. You're off the internet. You can make a luck check too, just to see if you've heard of Foo Fighters.
No way.
Okay.
I'm still gonna
I'm gonna assume the rest of the crew hasn't really heard about it, or they don't make the
sure
connection.
she's
Would
still
would I ever fill? I wouldn't fill that like gunner's position for any reason. Would I?
Do what?
I wouldn't fill like gunner's position if it's
The turret gun?
Yeah.
No. They're gonna need you up in front.
only
And
if
No,
there's
he
nobody-
wouldn't say, "Hey, I want."
I'm
No.
gonna fall back to
In
gunner.
the first place, it's got to be somebody short, really small,
What's her size?
who's trained on that gun.
Type 1.
Yeah.
What's
He's
her actual
little.
size thing?
Yeah, she's
Eight.
8.
Okay.
He's a little
I was just
guy.
kinda getting
That's one of the
idea.
reasons why he's in the turret gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pick little guys who are not claustrophobic at all. You can't be. You're still in your flak jacket. Other people have taken their flak jackets off, correct?
Yeah.
You guys are out of the danger zone right now, and at this point, it could be more of a hindrance than a help. Helmets do. That everything goes back where it belongs. The thing is definitely following the aircraft. It looks like, and it's. This is not actual range, but
So
it's
it's
kind
like
it's
wavering
moving in
when
ways.
we're wavering.
Yes, but it's also sometimes changing position in a way that is like.
It's going from 5 o'clock to 7
Well,
o'clock.
it's not moving like any other, like an actual,
Right. It's not like.
like a bird or anything that's.
No, it's like right turns in the middle
It's
of
at-
nowhere.
Yeah, sharp
Uh,
angles. not-
Yes, impossibly sharp angles.
Unorthodox movements. for flight.
It's coming up closer, at least as far as like it's coming up further on the side of the aircraft. It's not this close. Although again, it's hard to
But I
tell.
can tell it's getting closer than what it
Yes,
was.
because it appears to actually, from wherever it was back here, it kind of moves up.
Can I,
Does some more of these weird. You can see it very clearly now.
can I take a shot at it?
Yeah, you can try to take a shot at it.
I know it'll be
You
my.
have no idea the range, so it's going to
But
be a
I'm
really
just-
hard shot.
I'm just saying that it's just, I want to tell them, line it up, boys, line it up.
He said light it up.
Shooting at everything.
Yes, but he said light it
I'm
up, so
gonna-
that's an order to shoot
Yeah.
it.
I will try.
You
But
see it now too, because it's come forward far enough, and you've got to beat it.
Well, we're in enemy space. We don't know what it is.
Yeah,
so
go for it. You can see it now too, Adam. It's on your side of the aircraft.
I made
and
it
actually,
by-
you and him are the only ones with a shot.
I made it with
By-
almost 20.
By 20, okay. The 250 cals are firing. It looks like with the, and I couldn't find out whether they use tracers or not.
They use tracers.
Okay. With the tracers, you're falling short somehow,
Okay.
and it actually is moving erratically again. It's harder
Okay.
to see. Are you going to take a shot at it?
I am,
Okay.
and I made it. But first, I want to say,
Okay.
lieutenant. I don't know what's the
The
main
captain
pilot.
is the
Captain.
pilot's captain,
Okay.
and you've got 3 lieutenants
So,
for your
I'm
officers.
just gonna say like, Captain, the red light appears to be following us. It's making irregular flight patterns. And then I'll take my shots as
Okay.
ordered.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's machine gun.
How much
right?
did you make it by?
15.
Only by 15? Okay. You think you're on beat, but obviously the range is not what you thought it was. It's not the size you think it was, and so your bullets fly off and are not hitting.
Unable to reach target.
Okay. You're guessing if it's the size of a basketball, it's about 500 yards away. If it's larger than that, then it's a lot further. If it's the size of your fist, it's over 1,000 yards away.
It
It's
appears
just
to be
there's
following
there's
us.
no way to tell
So
how
your fist
where it
is
is.
closer to you.
Yeah. Sorry. The size of your fist, then it's only
Like
couple hundred
150
yards
50
away.
yards or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's there's nothing to base the size on. That's why you're having an awful time.
Yeah.
You can keep firing at it if you
No,
want.
no. The thing is, I want to assume that we're out of range. If it gets closer, we're going to
Okay.
line it up.
Sometimes it does seem to come in.
Yeah.
And then it kind of comes towards you, but then it's like this. I mean, it's
There's no way to get a
Erratic.
lead on, and there's no way to just.
yeah.
I mean, it's impossible to.
There's no way to
You
judge.
son
You
of a
can
bitch,
still try to
stand
shoot it.
still.
You can still try
When
to
it
shoot
gets
it.
about right to
Nothing.
here, I'm going to try shooting again.
Okay, go for it. You hear the two twin 50s on the roof open up again.
Oh, I didn't even come.
Okay.
So roll it like 99 or 100 and take our freaking tail.
No, he can't. There's interrupters.
Yeah.
He can't hit the tail. He can't hit the propellers. Yeah, it's just the interrupters kick in. They're the most amazing device. And you can't make the connection with the trigger does not make the connection it needs to make to cause the gun to fire.
It's amazing.
They are
It's amazing. The high
genius.
tech.
Genius. They had those in World War One.
Yeah.
The interrupters. It's amazing. And what those did was they fired between the propellers. And the interrupter would only come into play when the bullet would have hit the propeller.
Okay.
So as the thing is spinning, the interrupter was spinning and not allowing it to fire at the exact right moment. It's an amazing piece of technology. It's just unbelievable that anybody could have thought of it. But anyway, sorry.
Do I feel what's kind of going on?
You hear the gunfire. Yeah, you're totally
Can you hear-
cognizant about
can
what's
you
going
hear
on.
me,
You're just
like,
not reacting.
With my announcements when I'm like.
Yes, if you're talking, make a listen check. Because with the roar of the airplane, the rush of wind,
Right.
and you're not talking loudly. You're
No,
talking
I'm just-
clearly,
yeah.
but that's
22.
you made it.
Regular room.
You are overhearing First Burgess side of the conversation. As far as
Red
what
light,
you said, a red
unable
light
to
moving
target,
erratically, following orders to fire, and fire a good sized burst, probably a 20-round burst.
unable to reach
I think
target.
that's going to kind of pull me out a little bit.
Do what?
I think that's going to kind of pull me out
Okay,
a little bit.
that is your choice.
Like
You're not
your fight.
crazy, and you
Right,
have total
yeah,
control over
yeah.
how you
It's
handle
kind of
it.
normal
Your fight response is
military
kicking
stuff.
in, and you're like, I need to kick some
Yep.
ass.
Yeah, you
I
could.
respond.
What are you gonna do? Stand up
what
like nothing happened. Plug yourself, walk over to church, find me.
Yeah, you can do that. That'd be funny. Go ahead and do that.
Sorry. What do you do?
I was going to sit up,
Mhm.
kind of shake it off.
Okay,
kind of
you haven't noticed
not-
this yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right now, you're focused on that thing outside. What the hell is that thing?
I'm like,
Sarge opened fire on it again. You're debating right now whether to, and that's your call.
Yep.
yeah,
You
I'm
set
not,
up.
I'm going to kind of shake it off a little bit,
Okay.
stand up, and then I'm going to go and say, Burgess left me in.
Yeah, exactly. Make a sanity check. This is just to see if you jump. Otherwise, you're like, okay.
oh no, I probably do jump. Oh no, I
No.
still made it.
You're like,
So made it. No, you were
Hospital.
tight, but as soon as he appeared, it was more of one of these. And he goes, Burgess put me in. You're like, just not, you know?
all right.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Okay.
Lank has returned, or Lank is back.
Okay.
With us.
Whatever you want to say. Lank's back with us. And so,
Locking into turret.
okay. And so you leave your position and get over there and get Lank back in. It only takes like 20, 30 seconds.
Right, but
I'm ready to fight, motherfuckers.
You say that first thing over the intercom. Glad to have you with us, Lank. That's the
Do a
captain.
spot on. I want to check on the hydraulics.
Yeah.
Maybe spin the ball.
You spin the ball around. It works fine. You get back to your post, plug back in.
Yeah.
You can still see the thing out there. A couple minutes
No
later, it
feed.
just disappears. Just gone. You don't see it fly away. It's just like it just
What's
winked out of
the-
existence.
Hicks in the back.
Flynn.
Flynn, yeah, Flynn saw it initially.
Right, Flynn.
But-
Do you still see the red
No,
light?
negative. I got no contact.
No visual here. Smith.
No, nothing from radio. You hear Hicks over the intercom.
Tony Smith.
No, but Hicks said that. Nothing from radio. He probably looked out the windows.
Yeah. Nothing.
Anything up front?
Negative. And then you get one from the bombardier. Negative.
Sorry, guys. I got excited.
And then all is quiet. Well,
Alright,
except for
guys.
him.
This has been a wicked flight.
How
Well,
far away from me?
I'm gonna navigator. How far out are we?
I had to drop my wallet.
We are 20 minutes from the border. We'll be over France.
All right, keep your eyes open. We're still in enemy territory. Remember.
Yes, Sergeant. That's Bombardier, Ken. That's Hollywood.
He's a lieutenant, though, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yes, Sergeant. Like, you're telling us what we know to do. We know how to do our job. That's the image that you get. That's not what he said. He said, yes, Sergeant. That gets there is some laughter over the intercom from that.
5 right now.
Spot hidden. Spot hidden. Spot hidden. Spot hidden. Actually.
I didn't say hold my hand.
I didn't
Spot
see.
hidden.
Yeah. I got a pretty good spot hitting.
You're
I
busy
do too,
puking.
but I rolled a 86. So I
Oh,
didn't see
damn.
anything.
Let's see.
Damn, I gotta pee.
Oh, I'm too busy looking at the star spot hit.
Yes.
Tell me to.
Yes.
Yes.
You
Oh,
too. Yes,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I'm sorry, Angie. I probably was.
Hey,
I failed.
You failed. Who made it? Anybody?
oh yeah.
You two
I
guys
mean,
made
my
it.
ball was 50.
You got a bogey. You were spotting.
Okay, these three guys are gonna try to shake them.
This one's definitely a plane,
Okay.
and it's painted jet black. She's a twin engine.
A cannon on the front.
It's got what on the front?
A cannon. Is that when they're talking?
You guys are under attack by a Messerschmitt BF-110
Where's it coming at?
Night Fighter. It is coming from this angle.
So 3 o'clock, like you said.
3 o'clock high.
We're talking about
And actually, yeah, Adam, since you spotted it, it's almost right at 3 o'clock high.
Yeah.
I'm on my gun.
Guns ablaze.
Yeah.
No, I don't think
You be fine.
No,
No,
she would be
I didn't
fine.
see it.
it's too
Yeah.
high.
But
She
you
can't
just
get-
yell
she
3
had
o'clock
an
high.
angle.
3
Oh
o'clock
man,
high.
I'm
And
nailing
it's
this
probably out
thing.
of your
I
vision.
rolled a
I'm
12.
still living this.
I'm just killing this thing.
Okay,
Oh.
What do you see? What do you see?
Somebody else?
yeah, after everything else that's happened.
We got a blackbird coming at us.
A blackbird.
That's all. That's why I got calling it. I forget what the hell you called it. Just a second ago.
Okay, so firing.
Mr. Schmidt.
You
I
hit
rolled a
with
12. I have a
12%.
55% as my
Okay.
thing, so I'm like
Access to machine guns.
in
Okay.
the middle of it, man.
Oh, we're tearing it up because
Okay,
I rolled a
hold
17.
on. Okay, so you spotted it. I'm gonna let you keep that if you can hit it, but I need another spot hidden to see if you can get the gun around before it makes its pass in order to shoot. See what I'm saying? You saw it coming. That was to spot it. Now to get your gun positioned correctly, I need another spot hit. Same with you, Steve.
I made it.
No, a second spot hit.
Oh.
You get to keep your roll that you just made to hit it. You're keeping that roll. I'm allowing you to keep that roll. Did you miss that roll by how much?
1.
By 1. I'll give it to you. Let's see what happens. In
I
this
rolled a
fight.
46 and I'm a 45.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you because you're so excited about hitting, and I feel bad.
Thanks,
No,
Andy.
that's okay.
You know how much I like the car.
Okay,
It's
so
alright.
you hear a gunfire from the back. Gunfire from the top turret gun. I don't turn that in very
Oh,
much.
this one, he'd be firing. Like, no hits, one kill.
He does not have a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, the radar.
He's basically got a small field of fire up here.
It was 6
If he
o'clock
passes
high.
over, he might get a shot at it, or if it comes from this direction, or even if it goes this way. But right now, it's coming from above, and it looks like it's going to pass over and go like this. So Laura, I want you to roll me 2d4. Same with you, Steve. Roll me 2d4.
That's it.
No. This isn't damage. This is location on that enemy aircraft.
A 5,
Damage doesn't really
3, and a
matter.
2.
This is going to be kind of vagueness, but where you hit matters.
4.
In 10 years, you can beat those dice.
Well, I'm gonna.
4 and 1.
A 5.
Okay, so Laura, looks like you hit a
I
midships.
just figured it out.
Did ya?
Yeah, I'm not using that one. I can't.
Oh, wait a minute. Am I using that?
Yeah. It's like.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
High vis.
That's better.
These are awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys.
I rolled freaking 4 crits in this thing on. What game was that? Oh, your game.
This morning.
At 420s.
Okay.
On it.
Yeah.
And you hit, looks like your bullets struck it in the wing.
Oh.
Who's got the lowest luck? You again, 30?
Yeah.
Give me a luck check.
Yes, I
Roll
do.
good.
Yes.
Forever roll low. What'd you get?
24.
I can't. These dice are loaded real high. So.
Did you make it?
Yeah.
Okay.
6.
Okay. It's still obviously in the air. Passes over. Oh, it's shooting back at you guys too. Because she found a position before she fired.
About me, I'm fine.
Oh, no, for sure.
What are you guys doing?
No cannon fire hit you.
Me, myself, and I.
Oh, damn it.
Well,
The M7G machine guns. It's only firing the cannon. There's a real short burst from the machine guns on the front, and then they stop abruptly. You don't know why. It doesn't go. It's like. and then all you hear is cannon fire, boom, 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 as it flies by.
Now, as it flies
I rolled
over,
0-0.
you take
They
it
got a
in.
jam.
Okay.
That might be pretty tricky to fix, considering all the mechanisms are inside the wings.
Is he shooting as it flies over?
Who?
Radio?
Him?
You said he might. I'm
Yes,
just
we're gonna give him a
asking.
spot hit and see if he can get the gun into any kind of position. 05, he'll get a shot. Let's see what his machine gun is.
So he's trying to get as much damage on this thing as possible.
Hicks. Hicks is on the gun.
I thought Hicks was in the back.
No, Hicks is radio.
Oh, I thought
operator.
Hicks was the tail.
I'm gonna do 50-50 to see who ended up on the gun. Lowest Hicks. Yes, it's Hicks on the gun. And his machine gun is 55%.
It's pretty good
Oh,
right
he
now.
hit it. Well, you think he hit it. What are you talking about, Trina? This is all on tape.
It's not you.
So he thinks he might have hit it. It's almost impossible to tell whether or not you've hit it.
Okay, no biggie. He got shots off.
I should be
though.
able
That
to.
lets
I
us
should be able to
know.
turn my turret, right? Or is it going too fast?
Yeah, so you're going to be able to spin it around, but if it gets too low, you're going to have a hard time seeing it.
And if I run over to the left, can I get any more shots off?
Okay.
Just a question.
Say what?
I said if I run to the left, can I get any shots off?
Yes, you can change position. Steve, give me another spot hit and see if you can, or yeah, just get your guns in position. You're getting ready to turn. You didn't make it, so you're still spinning as it goes too low and gets below your field of fire. Angie, it's going to be coming into your field of fire here, though, because things are being yelled over the intercom. Like you started with 3 o'clock. Hi, coming across the top, down, 6, 9 o'clock low, 9 o'clock low, and stuff like that to tell you which way to try to position your guns. You hear a voice. Actually, everybody over the yelling, you hear a voice. I got this one, hoss. And you especially recognize it. It's Ham Coffee's voice. And then you hear the gun behind you starting to chatter. Everybody can make me a sanity check, please.
No, I know who that is. It's my best friend that died on our last mission and ran the gun behind me. So the fact that he just called me by the nick, he's the only person that calls me Hoss. I'm like, your name.
Okay, it costs you a point of sanity.
Okay.
It's only a point.
I missed.
I made it.
1 point of sanity.
That's it.
Yeah. You made it? Okay. You're like, you can say whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Let me check the rest of the crew. Actually, I'm not going to bother with the rest.
Are you?
It could be that, except for the
Am I gonna?
waist gun just
I just
opened
want to
fire.
like look.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
I see it? Like, if I look over,
you feel
do I
somebody
see like
bump
a
into
ghost?
you.
Oh,
Are you gonna shoot at it?
You feel that familiar bump because you guys bumped into each other
oh
a
yeah,
lot.
sure.
You know they do.
Because it's a tight quarter.
You look. There's a. Go ahead and make the roll for him. Just use your machine gun.
Sometimes.
Yes, you can take shit too. Do you hit? Okay. Make a
There's a
machine
couple
gun roll.
in the
Machine gun. Your machine gun is 65%. Roll 65 or less. 97. Okay, you missed.
Oh, you're lucky because it might have been.
Roll me 2d4. 0-0 is the
I'm gonna borrow
number.
your phone.
Oh, is it?
I think. I'll double check. I'm pretty certain. I know it's not 97.
5 again.
5 again? Okay.
Yep, 4 and 1.
Buy a
Deal
drink.
with this in a minute.
Puff, puff, give.
Good lord. Okay. You hit it. Well, you don't know where it hits because
He's firing over
yes.
there.
Just for a second, as you look over your shoulder, you catch a fleeting glimpse of your friend grinning at you. The man gives you a nod, and then he's just gone.
He's got.
I'm
Um,
like deflated.
okay.
Word.
Let's see. Who made the luck check?
Just dissolve each other.
And
I was all like-
the rear gun then fires too.
And then it was like back in sync, and he was there, and then.
Ooh. Okay. You feel. You hear bullets are slamming into the side of your aircraft. There's a rear gun on the Messerschmitt's BF-110. Nobody really see. Oh, you see it. You see the flash of gunfire from the back of this Messerschmitt. I just had. It doesn't matter. I'll deal with that later. Yeah, you can hear the crash of bullet. It sounds like it's forward of you somewhere. It's behind you guys somewhere. You don't hear anybody yell or scream. It doesn't sound like anybody's gotten hit. And it's down here now. It's at about 8 o'clock low.
Okay.
And he's now coming about for another run. Yeah, he's coming around for another run, and he's trying to gain some altitude. You can take another shot. You are not going to have a shot this round. If you switch guns, you'll have a shot. Those are the only ones that are going to have a shot at this moment.
It's a hit.
Okay.
Are you sure I was using the gunner?
27. I saw
What
him.
now?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Everybody heard the gunner, but this is all happening so
Everybody heard him
fast.
call me hot.
Here we go. There's what you're dealing with. Anybody likes to look at it.
Oh, wow.
There's the specs for the Messerschmitt.
I
It's a
hit
nice
again.
plane.
Roll
You hit
27.
again. Roll me 2d4. Did you say you hit Angie? Roll me 2d4.
5 again. 5's my lucky
again.
number tonight. Did I break this thing in half yet?
How much? 6 total. No, you're hitting it amidships. And roll me a 10-sided dice real quick. Just roll me 10. Just roll me 10 and tell me how much you rolled. A 1? Okay. It actually gets to fire again before you fire. Miss. But the tail gun that's on it that sticks out from the cockpit canopy stops firing. You're like aiming at that. And you see it stop firing. Okay. The Messerschmitt is actually guns or engines and just takes off. You guys can take one more shot, but it's at half your chances, and it's gaining altitude. It looks like it's trying to get some room, and possibly for another run, or maybe it's just running. So you
12.
12, and that's less than half.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm a,
Give me 2d4. Okay. It's pretty much out of range. Just see in hell or whatever.
in the zone.
You're also having trouble seeing it because it's dark. Just roll me 2d4.
8.
An 8. I think you hit the tail. Spot hiddens on this side. I'm gonna get tail gunner. Spot hidden. Ooh, I made it.
I made it.
She would have.
No, it's getting altitude, so it's out of view.
Yes, 08.
Okay. What you're seeing is the Messerschmitt is gaining altitude back this way, out of range,
Is it turning around?
and it's turning around towards you again.
Oh, shit.
I'm announcing over that.
Okay.
Coming back, coming back.
Coming back around.
And you guys give
And it's
the
at like
your
3
guest
o'clock
best
again.
gets at range and
Yeah,
direction and everything. Yeah,
right.
no problem.
You know what?
Now you can definitely.
We're trying to play Like, I've been waiting for this shit to happen this whole game. And now we're in it.
Okay. The Messerschmitt turns back around so to give its cannon a nice good view of you guys. It starts heading your way in a dive coming from about 8 o'clock high.
8 o'clock high.
Before it gets actually within range, you see that red light appears not too far from it. Seems seems to come out of nowhere.
No, but
Hello.
The Messerschmitt is turning this way. The light comes behind it, and then it breaks into 3 lights. One goes off either wing, one's on the back. You see the Messerschmitt's. You see a flash from the back of the Messerschmitt. You're guessing is the tail gun. If you killed the tail gunner, then someone's replaced him, or if you just injured him, he's still firing. And a moment later, there is a moment of complete silence. You can't hear anything. You can't hear the engines on the plane, which are a constant drone no matter where you are in the craft. You can't hear, for just like a split second, you hear nothing. And those of you, Steve, actually the only 3 that would have a good view,
Tail gunner in the
Yeah.
bottom.
he wouldn't probably. He might.
Look, because this is like
Yeah.
straight up.
So the Messerschmitt's gone. That same instant there was nothing but silence, the Messerschmitt vanishes. Just gone.
and it's not
The,
cloudy. It's not like overcast
No.
right now. It's
No.
like
it's like it was never there. But those 3 lights are still there in the same position that they were at before. And as you watch, they kind of pivot effortlessly because they kind of, for a second, were following the Messerschmitt. They just pivot. I mean, like perfectly in air. And then they come straight towards your ship.
I can't see it.
Now you have 2 or 3 seconds if you want to yell out something as they're bearing down before they hit you, before they get close
6
enough to
o'clock,
fire.
6 o'clock. And I'm just like,
6 o'clock. What the hell just happened? That's Flynn in the back. Oh, and you guys can make insanity checks again. Not you. You didn't see
Oh, we
it.
didn't see it.
You did.
I thought I didn't.
Oh no,
Thought it
you're
was
right.
just
You're right.
people in the back.
That's right. That's these 2. Sorry.
yes, and
Okay.
08
Flynn made
again.
it. You don't
Oh,
lose any
9.
sanity. They actually, you're starting to fire them. They spin around over here. You're having trouble keeping up with them.
Yeah.
You can take a shot. It's at a considerable minus again.
Yeah. Now,
It's impossible to determine their
now
distance.
roll an 08. 27, it's about half.
Out of what?
50.
Yeah, okay. You're not able to spin it as fast as the Foo Fighters can move them.
It's pretend time.
Okay. It comes over on this side, and then they suddenly come flying straight at the plane. You can see him. You can see him. You're running to the other
Do I see him
gun. Yeah, you spot this. They're like 3 in a row, and then all of a sudden they seem to like stop. I mean, they're like pacing you, and then they just come straight at the aircraft. No sound at all. They make absolutely no noise.
When you said no noise before, we physically heard nothing. You said, right?
Yes, for just a split second, you couldn't hear anything. It was like the world closed in on you.
0, 0, 0. I rolled another 0.
Another 0.
No.
Go.
Click, 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 click. Yeah.
Okay.
Son of a jam!
I rolled a 49.
Okay, what did you get?
49.
49 out of
55.
Okay. It seems like you're hitting in the general vicinity, but
The
you can't
bullets
tell if
just-
anything's happening. Yeah. You also can take a shot if you want. You'll have a good shot at the center one. Yes. Okay.
We're just taking a break. What's that? What's that?
One of them hits back here. There's no impact, nothing. But you see a glow to your right, inside the aircraft.
Flint dealing or whatever.
A red glow? I can see a red glow.
Yeah. No. Yes. A reddish
How
glow.
did it get in?
Yeah, good question.
No, I'm over the.
The other one hits a midship somewhere. Actually, 2 of them. Sorry. One of them went. The other 2 kind of tightened up and came in midship somewhere. It's behind you is all you know.
I saw this too.
I'm looking out this window. Does it come out
I
of
saw
one
this
side?
as well.
You're looking out what window? You're tracking now. So you just turn your head and look behind you. Pretty
Yeah,
much?
see if it comes
Yeah,
out.
you can do that. You look behind. Actually, you have a pretty good view. Do me a spot hidden. You're gonna get a bonus this time. You guys done?
No.
Okay. We're
Yeah,
already
I made
time
it.
wise. 10. We have another hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good. We're
I made it.
good. You made it? Okay. Yeah. You actually saw. You like your eyes like automatically try to track them if they continue moving, and it's like
So like it's a screen.
no, they didn't come back out. They went right in, and you don't see any penetration. You guys don't hear anything.
They can't hear me say,
Yeah.
how did it get in?
Sorry, I'm sorry. You don't hear any kind of penetration or slam against the
gotcha.
hull or anything like that. You hear, how did it get in?
And I'm like,
Real quiet over
Yeah.
the intercom.
yeah, and I'm like, coming
And you
down.
hear Flynn go, what?
I unhook.
These two
Okay.
are now under this
I unhook and I-
urge to go
Don't
up.
forget those doors.
Okay. Laura,
You need oxygen.
Andrew?
I
when
don't
you actually
Well,
look,
technically it'll go in initiative.
when you actually look,
That that's
um,
what happened.
between you and Flynn,
That they've gotten
there's, looks like
now.
a Nazi. He's wearing a black uniform. There are
It looks
couple
like
of-
a human.
yeah, there are a couple of lightning bolt symbols you can actually pick up on his collar. Got a cap, looks like an officer's cap. belts, holster.
Has it drawn a weapon?
Not
Is
yet.
it like approaching me? It's just standing there.
Yes, but you just spotted. You went. You saw the and then you saw the red glow and you went. How did it get in? And as you look, you see there's a Nazi standing there inside the aircraft.
I'm getting my knife in my hand.
Let's get some dex checks.
I'm getting my knife in my hand.
Okay.
I said that before.
Okay.
I don't want that to have to be part of my motion. Part of my action.
Right.
And now you're laying at the bottom of the well like, what the fuck? Why did I just do that?
Or no, not dex check. What was that? Where's my scrap paper? Scrap paper. Yeah, we're doing initiative.
I thought that's what he did dex checks for last
Yeah.
time.
We don't roll that shit.
Yeah, you don't have to roll it.
Who's the fastest person?
Higher the dex, the better you are.
Yeah, I'm 13.
Okay, let me get Flynn too. He's kind of involved.
That is enough.
Actually, let me get these guys. Let me get these guys figured from front to back again. I had them in order. And over the intercom after that, you hear the captain say, "What is going on?" Because you just said,
Yes.
what'd you say? Unhooking? Or?
I'm unhooking, going back.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say like I'm trying to be real
These
calm
guys are in the front.
and collected. I'm just gonna say it's standing right in front of me.
It's a Nazi. It's a German soldier. Lank, you're first. You saw him come at the plane, you probably instinctively spun
I didn't make.
to try to hit him as they,
Flat out.
because your assumption, the assumption I would have made was they
flew
flew
over.
over, did a flyby, and you're hoping to get another shot, but you do not see any sign of it.
Why he get took.
And I'll give you that for free. As they came towards the craft, you spun your guns to try to get a shot on as they went on the other side. And then you heard, what?
How did it get
How
in?
did it get inside? That's what you hear. So what do? You're first because you're the high dex guy.
It's standing right in front of me.
Okay, hold on. 'Cause this is
Oh,
a-
that's part of my action when my turn comes.
yeah, when you turn comes, you can talk for free. So Flynn is a. I should have written down all these guys' decks. The captain's probably not really involved in anything unless actually this is cockpit. Neither were these two guys at this point.
Well, I can't get out because I'm in. Like I said, it's gonna take me a while. I'm just gonna come there.
I mean, you can set yourself up to get the hatch open this round. You'll be able to climb it next round if you want.
Okay. What's inside? What's inside? What do you mean? What's inside? I'm gonna start to.
Okay, so your question, and you start, and you're okay, and
Green
you're
light in here.
aiming. Kill it! Okay, so you're aiming your gun straight down so you can get the hatch open. There's the ship. You get it open, and you start to pull yourself up. Tom, who's Tom?
If I
Oh,
help you,
Tony,
it doesn't
you have
take
a
as long.
your dex is 15, right? Yeah, Tony's next.
All right,
What you doing?
I'm going back. I'm going to
Okay.
get down and go
You,
back.
you climb down.
I'll go next round, but I'll start.
You unstrap this round?
Well, yeah, I'm the last one to go anyway, so yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. If you wanted to go ahead and start unstrapping, I'll give you that for last round.
Okay.
And that's fine. The captain's nervous. What the hell's going on in this mission? You're climbing actually down. The pilot and co-pilot seats are really high.
Yeah.
And you throw your leg over, and you hit the ground just as he pulls the door open, and you see two Germans standing on the catwalk, one at either end of it.
If I lift you and you lift him,
I'm gonna.
And you draw and fire.
I'm not gonna fire. I'm just gonna raise your hands. Hands up. Because they give like.
They look at you like that.
that.
One of them's getting ready to open the door to the radio room. This is totally alien to you guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like.
What the fuck? Germans are on board. This is impossible. Okay, so you've done that. Flynn is trying to scramble up, but he's in this tiny, compact space. Because he looked over, you saw him look over his shoulder.
Okay.
He goes, fucking shit! And you hear that over the intercom. And he's trying to scramble to get in this place where he can do something. Because you have to crawl to the back of the plane in order to get into the position. And he's in a real bad place. Let's get back to this guy.
alright, now.
I can't read my own handwriting. Okay.
Who speaks?
Who's 13? Who's 13?
Burgess.
Burgess. Thank you.
I'm 12.
You're 13, yeah.
So Burgess, what are you doing? Oh,
I'm
you got
saying
your
I have my
in
knife
your
in my hand,
You grabbed you.
and I'm
What are you doing? Go ahead. No, keep going.
I'm turning to face it all the way, and I'm saying, there's a Nazi standing in front of me, glowing red.
No, he's not glowing.
He's not glowing.
You said what? They're inside, and just as you turned,
Okay.
the glow was gone.
So
but there's
there's
a
a
guy standing there.
Nazi
Go ahead.
standing in front of me
You should probably reach over
in the plane.
Do they have parachutes on?